Hello, I'm your Resolute Cartographer, and in this video we're going to go over the side quest Cold Case and find Freddy Wood. So, let's take a look here. This was the first place I ever found one of these missing child posters. This is, in fact, in the middle of the Grafton High School auditorium, or gym, I guess. Yeah, gym, definitely. Anyway, so, Freddy Wood, age 7, height 3 foot 11 inches, weight 51 pounds. Description, last seen at got hurt by something. Last seen at Wavy Willard's Water Park on October 17th, 2077, while attending a birthday party. Has brown hair, green eyes, and last seen wearing a white t-shirt and brown shorts. If you or anyone you know has seen this boy or has information on his whereabouts, please contact Miss Annie, who is coordinating the search efforts in and around Wavy Willard's Water Park. Okay, so let's get to Wavy Willard's Water Park. Now, I've already been there, so we can just fast travel. If you haven't, just look for this giant crocodile on the map. Alright, let's head on in. Here we are at Wavy Willard's. Just as a side note, if you haven't done it before, you can sometimes find Ansel, the guy with a camera, that you need to fix right there. That's at least where I got mine. Oop, rad stag. And this place is overrun with Scorched. Okay. We are trying to find Miss Annie, which is a Miss Nanny robot. Gotta head up. Oop, man, a lot of Scorched here. Good old vets. Alright. Oop. Makes this all nice and easy. Okay, so Miss Nanny, the last time I was here at least, was in the middle of a lazy river. We'll see if that's still the case. Here's the Crocodile Mountain. And there's Miss Annie. Now, yeah, last time she was in that lazy river, now she's outside of it. Let's talk to her.
Excusez-moi, you there. You're here to find Freddy?
We are indeed.
Father, he put a tracker on Freddy that the lovely boy could not remove. But on that terrible day, it stopped. The policemen, they tried. It was simple. Clues were found here. Then came all of this. My Freddy, he was not found. He could live, no? You live, so he could. Such a clever boy. Now, maybe a man. Such a long time to wait for word of mon petit chou. But Nanny, she cannot bypass privacy protocol. To enter the security office is unauthorized. Maybe you can enter?
Alright, so we now have a new objective, which is to access the security system. That's over in the security office of the park. The funny thing is, I've actually found basically all the notes and terminal entries related to this case before actually ever doing this quest. And I think that's a mistake that I've kind of made with Fallout 76, is generally ignoring quests and just exploring the world, when sometimes you really just have to do the quests. Anyway though, let's head on over to the security office. Alright, now, yeah, I was going to say, you can pick the lock to get in here, or you can come around through this hole in the wall. And here we go. Park Security Terminal. This is a private system that belongs to the Wavy Willard's Water Park. Access is restricted to specific employees. Unauthorized use is prohibited by law. Operations. Extended hours, October birthdays, arrival, and holotape reviews. Let's check out extended hours. To all employees, subject extended hours. For the first time in our park's history, we will be extending our hours into October. The weather is so mild this year that we have an opportunity to welcome more visitors before our winter shutdown and maintenance. During October, we plan to be open Monday through Thursday, noon to 4 p.m., Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 4. We will close as needed should the weather turn unpleasant. Management. October birthdays. To all employees, subject birthday parties. The following birthday parties will be hosted in the Splish Splash area for the month of October. October 2nd, Johnson family and friends celebrating the 8th birthday of Stacy Johnson. October 13th, William and Llewellyn families celebrating the 3rd birthday of Blanche Williams. October 17th, Davies family and friends celebrating the 7th birthday of Nate Davies. All available staff members will be gathered to sing happy birthday to the kids. Management. Now we know that Freddy was last seen October 17th, which is the date of the Davies party. Arrivals. 2. All employees, subject shift arrival. Staff members will no longer be permitted on the premises more than an hour prior to the scheduled shift, and they must depart the premises within an hour after the end of their workday. Unfortunately, this policy had to be put in place because some employees were loitering after work and arriving early to enjoy rides without paying even a discounted staff admission fee. This behavior is selfish and will not be tolerated. Management. Holotape reviews. 2. All employees, subject holotapes. All employees who are assisting in the review should report to the underground section of the staff area where the past month's holotapes are stored. Check in with the security supervisor on duty there so your time will be recorded correctly. Your help is greatly appreciated. Management. Next up, alerts. Counterfeit bills. Notice to all employees. In the month of September, a total of 5 counterfeit bills were passed by unwary staff members with a total loss amounting to $47. This was the worst month in the history of the park. Security staff will conduct training immediately to help employees identify these fakes. It is in your best interest to pay attention as any further losses due to your inattention will be taken out of your pay. Trespassing. Notice to all employees. In the early morning hours of October the 15th, a section of our park fence was scaled by an intruder. This individual attempted to break into the storerooms in an underground employee-restricted area, but was disturbed in the act of prying the door open by an alert watchman. This criminal ran off and managed to escape just punishment. This doesn't seem to be local kids because commie propaganda denouncing the war effort was dropped as the intruder fled. The police have been alerted to the possibility of a plot and are on the lookout. If you have any information to provide, contact management immediately. Kidnapping. To all employees. Everyone has heard about the missing child, Freddy, who may have been kidnapped from our very own water park as part of some anti-war protest. Management and the security staff are working closely with the Grafton police to find the child. Any employee that is able to come in to help review security holotapes will be paid overtime for the hours they spend. Holotape review. October 18th. Night shift notes. 12 hours of kids squealing in the pool. Got nothing. Bob. October 19th. Day shift notes. Looked at the slither slide and kitty slide for 12 hours. Found a tape that is probably the kid getting nabbed at the slither. I think the kid knew the guy. Put it in the security office safe till the feds or whoever can come get it. Pete. October 20th. Day notes. 8 hours and nothing. Covered the fountain. Bob. October 21st. Reviewed 10 hours of bathroom footage. Dear God, some people. No sign of the kid. Tom. October 22nd. This is getting tiring. 6 hours of gator mouth and another 4 of picnic tables up top. No luck. Pete. October 23rd. 3 hours of concessions. Got a guy acting real weird about a package. Might be the same guy as that slide tape. Setting it aside, I'll bring it to the office at the end of the shift. Tom. So that gives us the updated objective of playing the Holotype Clues. And we know that one of them is right over here in this safe. Let's listen to it. Alright. WWWP Slither Slide 1017-2077 Daily.
Hey there, Freddy. Hey, where's your nanny? You know what? I have a surprise for you. Don't want the other kids to see, though. They might get jealous.
What is it? What's my surprise? I want to see it. Please. Please. Where is it?
I don't think your nanny will like it. Let's take off your ID there so she can't find you. And then I can take you to the surprise. Oh, what's that sound, boys and girls? Slither slide! Swoosh! Splash!
Alright, so that was the first holotape. We're now here at Crocodile Mountain. We're going to go under it into the employee area. Through this door, down these stairs, to the left. Alright, and here we go. WWWP log write entry 1017-2077 daily.
Hello, sir. Welcome to Wavy Willard's Water Park. How can I help?
Howdy. Was wondering where that box is for the mail. The one that puts a special stamp on the letter.
Oh, you can find it over by the Crocolosis Mountain entrance. Right over that way.
Alright, so that updates it and tells us we have two objectives now. Search for Freddy's ID and search the mailbox. Here's the mailbox, and we have Clarksburg, P.O. Box 12, and letter to the media. Alright, so we have the key here. Clarksburg Post Office, do not duplicate. Box 012, postage guaranteed. Mail to Quinn Carter, Charleston Herald. Miss, this key lets you open my box with all the evidence you need. I sent it to you because the truth has got to come out. You're Appalachia's most trusted news source, and people will listen to you if you do an investigation. Grafton Steel has been violating safety standards and getting people killed with the toxic sludge they're dumping into the water. They shouldn't get away with this just because they're doing military work for the war. Little kids are dying. Okay, so we now have to go find Freddy's ID, and we know that he was disappeared from the Slither slide. So let's head back through here. Alright, and we could follow this all the way around, but instead I'm just going to try to jump up here. Over this little ledge, and there's the Slither slide. It's actually two separate slides. And we'll just try to find the general path over there. Here we go. Now, I'm not sure that red one would actually work in real life. I mean, maybe it would, but that seems a little insane to have a water slide that has a vertical loop like that. Okay, so let's go get his ID, which is at the top of the stairs. Alright, here we are at the top. Kid Secure ID. Kid Secure keeps your kids safe. Serial number 132563, made for Freddy Wood. Status, error. Now that gives us an optional objective of fixing this at a tinkerer's bench. So let's just jump down the green slide here, just because I kind of want to do that. Alright, again, I don't think that would work. Maybe it would, but it just seemed, I'm skeptical of that. And we got a Mirelurk in here. Okay, so, but we have an objective to go to Clarksburg and fix this thing. So, let's head on over to Clarksburg. Okay, here we are in Clarksburg, and we don't have terribly far to go. Let's just head right up this road, past this nice steaming vent. Alright, and here we are at the post office. Let's head on in. Alright, and here's the Clarksburg Public Records Terminal. We need to search for the P.O. Box number, which is 12. Otis Pike, 316 West Wilfred Street, Grafton. Actually, let's see what these other ones say. Available for rent. Boyd Beasley, 7 Main Avenue, Grafton. M. Lozano, 12 Tower Road, Clarksburg. Available for rent. And let's see if we can search anybody else. Nope. Error. Unable to parse. Data is malformed. Okay, so let's head on over to Grafton because we got to go find Otis Pike's house. Okay. Now, the actual closest fast travel point is Grafton Station. Okay, now we would head directly over to Otis's house, but we have to fix this kid secure thing, and we need a tinker's workbench, and luckily Grafton Station has one. So let's use this to repair that. Quest items. Kid secure ID Freddy Wood. Takes 3 adhesive, 1 circuitry, the kid secure ID that's broken, and 1 nuclear material. There we go. And it now says, my name is Freddy Wood. In the event I'm misbehaving, injured, or lost, please contact Miss Annie. Status, removed by authorized adult entity. Battery power, low. Okay, so, there you go. It was removed by an authorized adult. Now, we know that Freddy was missing. But, so we have to ask who it is that removed it. Now let's just head over towards this actual marker. Up Francis Street. Around this glowing pond in the water tower. Hanging right here on St. John Street. I think that's what this is supposed to be. Okay, so after not having to listen to the Grafton Mayor, let's head right up here, and here we are at this house. Okay, so just a preliminary view here. The house is kind of sinking into the hillside. We've got this table, chairs. Looks like the door over there has been completely knocked off. Let's head on the door here. Again, the entire house is leaning. We have a note here. Notice of termination. Grafton Steel, Greater Appalachia Region, August 14th, 2077. Mr. Otis Pike, 316 West Wilfred Street, Grafton. Sub, employee termination. Mr. Pike, this letter serves as formal confirmation of our informal discussion today regarding the termination of your employment at Grafton Steel. This is unfortunate that you have been drawn into this ridiculous propaganda. As a law-abiding government contractor, Grafton Steel abides by our commitment to meet or exceed standards for safety and production. You have demonstrated a complete disregard for Grafton Steel's reputation, its importance to the war effort, and repeated counsel intended to help you. Sincerely, Stacy Tibbetts, Human Resources Manager. Alright, so Mr. Otis was fired from Grafton Steel. Let's see, we got a Camp Tomahawk postcard here. Hi, Uncle Otis. You made Bobby puke 4 times. So cool. I saw a dead animal. There were a lot of worms and guts. Susie Mae bald. Girls are dumb. Ha 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 ha. Freddy the Great. Okay, so we have a postcard from Freddy Wood, which is interesting, given that this is leading us to the kidnapper. So let's see, we got some ammunition here. And a first aid kit. No. Alright, so it decided to kick me from the game and I looted that first aid kit. Let's take a look upstairs. Someone just launched a nuke, by the way. Okay, so we got a couple of skeletons up here in the bathroom. That doesn't really make that much sense. We'll get to that later, though, as to why that doesn't make sense. Let's head back downstairs. Okay, so here we go. Terminal. We gotta search Otis Pike's house. All systems are A-OK. Howdy, Otis. What would you like to do? Calendar. Error. Date param out of range. Diary. It's probably dumb to write this down, but I gotta get my thoughts down somewhere. So I guess this is my diary. February 26, 2077. Now Colton and Leland have passed on. The steel mill just keeps pumping poison out. I'm not sure what to do. What can I do? I can't get other work done with my back being so bad, and Arthur is kin. May 7th, 2077. That cute Susie Jenkins died horrible with lumps growing inside her little body. I feel so bad for her folks. No one should have to bury their little child like that. I don't see that I have a choice. Arthur can't see past dollar signs and doesn't give a crap about anything. People are dying. May 14th, 2077. I finally did it. I secretly told the news about what's happening here. The safety rules are ignored, and kids are dying. It's not right. June 28th, 2077. Oh boy, I stirred up a hornet's nest. There's protesters and reporters and all kind of people camping outside the steelworks now. They're blocking the trucks and such. They're real riled up. July 2nd, 2077. The soldiers came and cleared those folks out and posted guards with guns. Arthur was laughing about it today, talking about those commie whiners getting what's coming to them. I guess I gotta try something else to make things right. August 14th, 2077. Got fired today and booted off the premises. Said they knew I was helping the protesters. Guess being kin didn't matter. Arthur didn't even talk to me himself. I guess I have to find another way. So it seems that Otis was related to the guy who ran the Grafton Steel mill, named Arthur. Correspondence. Received correspondence. KidSecure. From KidSecure Customer Support, sent August 23rd, 2077, to Otis Pike, subject, regarding the tracking feature. Dear Mr. Otis Pike, I'm sorry to hear about the issues you've been experiencing with your son's KidSecure. Only an authorized adult that's been added to the account can remove the bracelet. We keep your kids secure. I've attached the override instructions as you requested. Please let me know if you have any further questions. Dam Safety Inquiry. From Grafton Dam, sent August 12, 2077, to Otis Pike, subject regarding Dam Safety Inquiry. Mr. Pike, I'm happy to assure you that Grafton Dam is an amazing marvel of technological achievement. We have found that humans make too many mistakes, so other than a remote oversight capacity, the Grafton Dam is fully automated. I would be happy to arrange a tour for you if you are interested further. Sincerely, Quentin Geezy, Community Outreach Manager. Kin? From Arthur Wood, Grafton Steel, sent August 27th, 2077, to Otis Pike, subject regarding kin? No. Just no. We aren't related, you and I. Molly was the love of my life, and while she lived, I had to deal with your crap. What were you thinking trying to screw me over with the protesters at the dam? You tried to take advantage of the memory of your sister? To hell with you. Freddy likes you. I can't prevent the KidSecure from letting you locate him since Molly trusted you as a guardian. Just go away, Otis. So there you go. That's how it is that he managed to get that bracelet, the tracker, off of Freddy Wood, because he was the brother-in-law of Arthur Wood, the owner of the Grafton Steel Works, and he was kidnapping his son, Freddy Wood, in order to try to get him to stop the pollution that was killing children in Grafton. Alright, so that gives us a new lead, and that takes us to Grafton Dam. Okay, and the reason we know he came here was because he talked to the outreach manager of the dam, and he found out that the place is fully automated. So he knew that if he could find a way in, he'd have a secure location that he could keep Freddy in. Alright, so there are still super mutants here, but I figured this would be a good time to stop and talk to you a little bit about Grafton Dam. We're not going to stop and read everything here. I'll do that in a different surveil video, and I'm hoping that Grafton Dam will be re-inhabited at some point. With the Wastelanders update, I mean. But I'll just take a look here at this computer here, so you can see this Knight Moreno's terminal, and we have a note here, first day of command. This place was controlled by the Brotherhood of Steel, which is also evident from the logos you can see around here. This was a little checkpoint they had on their convoy routes they were guarding.
I'd rip his legs clean off.
So there are multiple doors to get in here, but they all require level 3 skill with lockpicking, which I believe this character actually does have the cards for it, but they're not currently equipped. But then along with that, if you come over here, there's also a terminal that you can use to enter. And that again requires level 3, which again I also have. But I'm going to show you the way that you can get in here if you have no cards whatsoever in terms of hacking and lockpicking, which by the way, you should get all of them. I'm not thrilled with the way the system works, where you basically have to re-equip these utility cards rather than using combat cards if you really want to get in, but that's an argument for a different day. Anyway, let's head back here. And in between these two blue pipes, you can jump down on top of this other pipe and drop down into this large pipe. We can come back through here, and here we are inside the main dam structure. Okay, so we now have to find 5 clues as to what happened here. Now, the first clue we can find right here on top of this big yellow box with the fans, and that's Freddy's Adventure number 1. Freddy's Secrets. Uncle Otis got me a Grognak game. He's so cool. We got to get inside the dam. Uncle Otis said he was getting us food. I hope he gets us pizza. Pizza is cool. I got some candies from a desk. Ha ha ha! Free candies. I climbed and hid them. They're all mine. Bobby is gonna be jealous. Uncle Otis lets me do stuff. We farted in the tubes here, and the stinky ones got a prize. I won! I'm the best. Freddy the Great. Just in time. Finishing that, I mean, to take on these gentlemen. Okay. Heading up further, here's that door with the terminal on the other side. A lot of nice junk in here. And we have the corpse of Otis Pike with his diary. More of this diary. Still dumb to write it down. October 15th, 2077. Checked out the water park where the kid will be in a couple days. Almost got caught too, but dropped some Grafton Steel mill protest leaflets to throw people off. Now we actually read that in the security office where they were talking about a break-in where they dropped communist propaganda. October 17th, 2077. I knew the kid was a brat, but I had no idea. Maybe this wasn't a great plan. October 18th, 2077. We're holed up in the dam. I got the place locked up tighter than a miser's cupboard. Not having much luck with a ransom. It's not like I wanted money, just shut the plant down and get safety people in there to make it better. October 20th, 2077. The kid was having fun with our great adventure. Now all he does is whine and draw rude pictures. I'm not sure who's the captive here. Arthur left a note at the ransom site. Said I could keep his kid. Wouldn't shut down the plant. Would let his only son go to save the country from commies. Nice. October 21st, 2077. I swear the kid is plotting to kill me. He keeps bumping into me when I'm on the catwalk. He was playing with a bit of rope saying he was practicing his Pioneer Scout knots, but I'm pretty sure he was making a noose. And Grafton Dam keys. Okay, so we got a couple of these around here. No fusion core, unfortunately. Here's yet another door, which we now have the Grafton Dam keys, meaning we can open these doors, but anyway. The dead super mutant there. Okay, and check out this little room. Some junk. Okay, and more toys. These are likely Freddy's toys. Now we got traps here. We got an obvious trap there. That. Okay. And let's head on through here. I think some of these traps have either been set off or I've got the Lightfoot perk. I honestly don't know. Okay, Freddy's Adventure number 2. More secret stuff. Uncle Otis got my candies and took them. He says my teeth is gonna rot out. No fair. Uncle Otis got gross food. He's all mad now and stopped being fun. I want to go home and play with my rifle. Bam, bam. I'm a good shooter. I got a rat, but now it's dead and no fun. Uncle Otis sucks. I'm gonna get him. I want to go home and he says no. I want candies and he says no. I want to fart in the tube and he says no. I'm gonna make traps like Pioneer Scouts had to do in the woods and catch Uncle Otis because I'm the greatest. Oh man. I would not have wanted to be Uncle Otis. Okay, let's head through here. Typewriter, can't turn those down. Oh, we need to go grab that here in just a minute, but they can actually get this clue first. Freddy's Adventure number 3. Biggest secret. It worked. Uncle Otis got his foot in my trap and slipped where I put the oil. He is so mad and yelling at me. He's stuck upside down now. Ha ha ha. I showed him. I'm going home. Okay, so we can drop down here. So yeah, he killed his uncle. My guess is he was hanging upside down until that rope broke and then was probably already dead by the time he fell. So, lovely kid. You know, this assuming he wasn't killed by the radiation on the day the bombs fell. Anyway, or by or the physical strain of being hung upside down. But let's move on from that horrible death to these things over here, including Grognak and the Ruby Ruins. We can take that. And Arthur Wood's lighter. Okay, so we now know that he went home to the Woods estate, and that gives us the objective of searching the Woods estate, which luckily I've already got the fast travel point for right here. Which if you're looking for a location on the map, if you don't have this, just to the left of this 96, and just to the northeast of this turtle. Okay, here we are at the Woods Estate. Devastated, just like everything else in the area, because of the Grafton Steel Works, but this stuff is not actually directly due to Arthur Wood. Well, I guess you could say it's partially Arthur Woods who's responsible for this white dust that's falling and the toxic conditions, but he's only partially responsible for it. Okay, so let's check out this greenhouse. Everything's dead. The next video I do will probably actually be the unmarked series of notes that allows you to find out what else happened to the Grafton Steel Works, just because I think it's a very interesting location, and I only really started looking into it recently. Most of the time, throughout most of the time I've been playing the game, I've just generally avoided the Toxic Valley. I just didn't find it to be as interesting a region as the Forest, the Savage Divide, and the Cranberry Bog, and I really haven't spent that much time in the Mire either. I need to spend more time there, but anyway, that's beside the point. Out here we got a gazebo with some flowers and a wine bottle. Let's head on up over here. And here's the house. We'll check that out in just a minute. And here's the garage with the car sitting out front. Paint cans, gas cans. We got a couple of wrenches, some Wonder Glue. Always taking Wonder Glue. Mutated ferns. Okay, so let's check out the house. Trash can there. Coming up here on the porch, we got a tricycle, likely Freddy's. I don't know who else it would be, but anyway, another scorched, petrified corpse, another one. Couch, little cabinet here with some bourbon in it, a little kitchen. Really, this does not seem like the house of a steel magnate, but anyway, we got a TV that's for some reason turned around back here in the corner. Okay, heading up the stairs. We found an office with this computer, which we'll look at here in just a minute. An ammo box. Okay, a dresser with a picture of Freddy on top of it, a small bedside table, and here's a bedroom. Now that's the other kind of strange thing, is there only seems to be one bedroom unless this was also a bedroom and it's just not looking like one now. Also interesting how many ammo boxes there are in a private residence. I think it's entirely reasonable that Arthur Wood would be concerned for his safety given what was going on around the Grafton Steel Mill. Now again, he's the one who stirred up that antagonism, but he can't ignore the fact that there's a lot of antagonism. So, anyway, this is what we're looking for in here inside the desk, Freddy's hasty note, but let's read the terminal first. Property of Arthur Wood. Warning, unauthorized use is prohibited by law. Personal. Personal items. Molly. Arthur, my dearest, I am both frightened and excited that we will soon be parents. I am so glad you agreed to let Otis work with you at the mill. I know he irritates you, but he's my only brother, and I love him. I've done a silly thing and ordered a very expensive thing for the baby. I hope you don't mind. I love you. Your Molly. Otis's sister and Arthur's wife. Camp Tomahawk. Dear Arthur Wood, thank you for giving us a chance to make your son Freddy a Pioneer Scout. We are thrilled that he will be attending camp with us this summer as we have healthy activities planned to enrich his experience. Please don't hesitate to contact us if you have concerns or questions. Scoutmaster James A. Johnson. That's where he got the knots and trapping information that he used to kill his uncle. Nanny Annie. Mr. Wood, thank you for your recent inquiry about the upgrades for your Miss Nanny model. I have dispatched a catalog to you in the post with our newest innovations. Please let me know if I can assist you further. Respectfully, Jeff Perry, General Atomics International, Sales Manager. And Vault-Tec Project Safe House. Mr. Wood, to answer your questions, 1. Yes, there's room for both you and your son. 2. Yes, your war efforts are greatly appreciated. And 3. Yes, you can arrange for your son to be delivered to a safe location in the event of the war since you will be likely separated from him. If he's at either location you specified, his home, his school, we will be able to assist. 4. No, his nanny will not be able to join him. Regards, Vault-Tec. Okay, and company business. Grafton Steel business, classified. Safety data. Mr. Wood, I'm afraid worker safety numbers this past quarter have increased drastically over the previous quarter. This might look pretty bad if released to the regulatory board. Even with our government permit status, Grafton Steel would take a lot of heat. Maybe we can adjust the format of the report. This is another argument for automated workers, though. Repair costs are a lot cheaper than lawsuits. What do you think, Stacy? That's Stacy Tibbetts, the head of HR. Which, interesting that the Human Relations Director is looking to hire all robots. Morale. Mr. Wood, worker morale has been plummeting. I started asking around, and I think Otis Pike is bad-mouthing the company. With your permission, I will arrange for his activities to be watched more closely. Respectfully, Stacy. Termination. Mr. Wood, I've terminated the problem employee and reported his commie leanings to the authorities as you requested. Under the Wartime Workers Act, he could hang for his treason if you want to press the issue. Please advise, Stacy. What a lovely, cold person this is. Production. Mr. Wood, our numbers are dropping fast. I think the workers are intentionally damaging automated help. I'm not sure they're going to be the best solution in these turbulent times. Can you investigate whether conscription is an option while we await for the delivery of more automated workers? Regards, Stacy. So, instead of looking to get robot workers, she's now looking to get slaves. Lovely, because yes, likely the conscripts would be paid, but they would have no choice as to whether or not to work there. Lovely. Okay, and estate controls. Offline, okay. So, let's check out this note. Freddy's hasty note. Daddy, I can't find you and I'm scared. I hear lots of sirens and a man says I got to go with him to the secret place now. He said Daddy gave money so I can go to the vault and be safe. Uncle Otis is at the dam. We had a fun time except he was mean, so I left. Where are you? Okay. That completes the objective of searching the Woods residence. Or Woods estate, I should say. And now it gives us the objective of returning to Miss Annie right over there at the Wavy Willards Park. So let's get over there. Alright, let's just head right back on over to that lazy river. I'll bring you back if anything comes up, but otherwise, I'll see you when we see Miss Annie. Alright, and once again, Miss Annie is in the lazy river. Let's talk to her.
You are returned. And my Freddy? This writing. This is Freddy's. His father, he did not want Freddy with the uncle, but so much love Freddy had for him. Oh, mon petit chou. So terrible for my brave boy. The tracker also. Oh, yes, you found it. Oh, the signal is strong now. I can pull data from the terrible day. This you found at the home? Oh, my poor child. Such fear. The writing says he went to safety before the bombs. This means he could live. Thank you. These things I have found you must take as a reward.
Alright, and there you go. That completes Cold Case, and let's see what we get as a reward. Stim packs, fusion cells, plan for a 10mm submachine gun, plans for light metal legs, and Perfect Storm. Targets burn for 24 seconds over 3 seconds. 24 damage over 3 seconds. I got Perfect Storm the last time I completed this, so I think that is a quest reward that you get every time you complete this quest. But this is a very interesting quest, and it leads me to believe that we might find Freddy Wood going forward, because he was locked away in a vault, or at least was taken to be locked away in a vault back in 2077. So he was he should be 32 now, I believe. I believe he was 7 at the time. I don't remember his birth date. So anyway, though, it'd be very interesting to see if he was maybe even part of Vault 76, or if he was part of one of the vaults that has not yet opened, like Vault 63. Anyway, though, I think that'll do it for this video, and for the quest Cold Case. This has been the Resolute Cartographer. If you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button. If you want to get notifications as to when these videos become available, hit the notification bell. If you liked it, hit the like button. And if you have any comments or questions, leave them for me and I'll try to get back to you. Thanks for watching.